Okay. So that was like an okay episode. I feel like the reason why it wasn't as bad as it could have been, because it was probably our worst episode we've gotten yet. With like, I guess the other one you could argue being episode 2, but even then that episode had some really nice camp life scenes. I feel like this episode could have been like a really, really bad episode, but I think the fact that Daniel got built up as like the pre-merge villain really helps out in this case. What do you think of the episode, Sky?
I don't think he was built up to be the pre-merge villain. Anyway, it was okay. I like how Mike's an idiot. That was funny. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe the idol like rules are different, but I don't think they are. It sounded like he just thought like you instantly get the idol if you don't say it. So like I think he almost just wasn't gonna say it, then wasn't gonna get an idol, and was gonna be like, wait, yo, what happened here?
Yeah, probably.
But other than that, it was a pretty good episode. We got some more Marianne content, which obviously is never good.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
I thought that scene was like, you know what you guys were asking for last week, and I was saying that's terrible. Jonathan did exactly that. He yelled at Marianne. He said, "Stop! Just stop existing."
I was going to give you credit this episode. Yeah. Say, Spencer, you're dead on. They're editing Marianne to be annoying.
Exactly.
I told you
to the whole cast. Yeah.
I know that you guys see, like, because people's reaction on social media is positive. You guys think the edit's supposed to be positive, and that the producers like, oh my god, like Marianne the best, whatever. But I actually think like Marianne is being bigged up as a fan favorite, but not someone who's going to win the game on purpose. It's because she's very socially unaware. But it's in like a genuinely, I guess, to some likable way, but it's definitely socially unaware, whether it's likable or not. It's definitely like in that category of, she just like, who gets mad at someone when you have your foot under the log that they're chopping, and then it's just like, and you're on Survivor, like, even if like Romeo, perfect example. Romeo's getting bossed on a rock straight, and he just takes it because that's the smart thing to do. I just don't understand what she thought in that scenario. Like, do you guys understand? Like,
well, I wanted to say the first 15 minutes of this episode was actually my favorite 15 minutes of Survivor for a long time, because we actually saw people having friction between each other, and Jonathan was he's now my favorite player.
Right, because he was like, I hate women, how they talk so much.
He's just like, well, he didn't say he hates women. He's like, these women are annoying. And I was surprised Survivor aired that, unless they're...
I liked it.
Well, I was wondering if this was going to be a downfall of Jonathan episode, because they almost lost that challenge.
I think it's definitely a downfall of Jonathan's season, but I think we're still supposed to root for him. But as far as the whole confessional, confessional of him was, you're right. Like that, like first 15 minutes, we got like 3 scenes back to back The first one was the Tori scene where Tori's talking about flipping. The second one was when they're all doo-dooing on was it Daniel? Is it that scene or is it the one after? Or is that the second scene right after? I think it's that one. And then you get Taku. Those are the first 3 scenes of the episode. And yeah, you're right. There is a lot of friction, which is like seasons like Kagyan, where you have like Tony and Cass openly arguing. I guess you're right. Like good seasons have players playing bad, but like in the end, that
like there was real like annoyance from Jonathan. They don't show like, that anymore.
Later on, well, no, it just doesn't happen anymore. I guarantee. Yeah. Because and you're right. This was real. Because like later on the challenge, when Marianne's like just rolling down the thing, Jonathan's like, keep rolling.
Exactly.
She's just rolling, and he's like, roll. She's like, I am. He's like, keep rolling.
I know.
And there's all this like this bullshit of people saying you got to be your authentic self on Survivor. But then when you see here with Jonathan not being able to be his authentic self, right? His authentic self would have been, yo, Marianne, shut the F up and get lost.
Yeah.
But he says like to us that he can't do that because he's a big man and the way he'd be perceived on TV as the villain if he did that.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the people crying for authentic selves?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was
in the episode.
No, but you said on TV. I think it's more about how he's going to be perceived in the game. I don't think
no. I think it's perceived by everybody, not just.
I think he means both on TV
and at home.
I don't think Jonathan gives a rat's ass when
I think he does. I don't think he wants to be seen as.
I mean, how can
guy yelling at a young female black person? I don't think he wants to be seen as that on TV.
No, well, that's the thing is, I think that his confessional says that he's a 6'4", 250-pound guy yelling at a 5'2" little girl. He can't do that because people will then see him as the bad guy. I see that as people on the island. Hold on. I see that as people on the island, not people that are watching the TV show. But I mean,
it's both.
I could be wrong.
Because Omar's on his side, and so is probably Lindsay. So he's not worried about them. They would know the situation. People at home don't know the situation.
I think, well, he also references the merge, and he says that if he does that throughout his game at the merge, then he's going to have issues, which then would make sense why he said people, because obviously saying people on this tribe doesn't make any sense. There's only 2 extra people on the tribe. So I think he was referencing, like, if he gets to the merge and he's just, like, yelling at Marianne, the entire cast can look at him as the bad guy, and he's going to lose streams.
I think he meant in the moment of because he was really mad at that moment with the chopping.
He was like, "I want to beat you up with a stick and just like kill you." That's what he was thinking, probably.
Whoa, it's not what he said.
Honestly, I was loving. I'm like, this is what Survivor
I was loving it.
You put people with clashing personalities, someone who gets annoyed by someone who constantly is talking, and then you have someone who constantly talks. But like, I feel like they've been really trying to stray away from people who clash, and finally it came out, and then.
This is why 42
is because they're casting the same people with the same political opinions. And as much as we try and talk about how politics doesn't matter, in the end, politics is a big part of your personality. So if you're going to cast a bunch of people who have the same political beliefs, you're not going to get.
I doubt that Jonathan has the same political beliefs as Marianne.
I mean, it doesn't even have to do with politics necessarily. It's just people who are willing to like be themselves, like willing to call things out, like not be afraid of being perceived as a villain.
Because, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike is a registered Democrat, but, like, I don't think Mike is the same thing as Marianne, or same as High. As
Marianne's Marianne, when she goes to the voting booth, they probably just deny her from voting because she looks so young. So I don't think she's really registered anything, honestly. I don't think she can. And but also, like, I was saying, like, I think this is why 42 is better than 41 is because like it's like the small things like these, but like the small things add up after a while. So I mean, and also it's just like I feel like I also like how there's 2 people from each tribe that went out. I don't really care how it went out. Jackson didn't get voted out, but now that we have two people from each tribe to get voted out, we get a 4-4-4 the merge. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
Well, because I think like Taku could have been our Lulu this season. Mm-hmm. But instead, we got the Heather out in Maria, and we got like who would be the equivalent of Jax, like an Erica, like the easy boot that like is a big target. Yeah. We like got the 2 most arguably boring people on this tribe out, and to me, that's a really good thing. So I texted you and because you were talking about how like 42 is just so much better than 41. I agree, because I was texting you. I said
you were doing
these scenes feel Oscar worthy compared to 41s. Is what I said. I said better editing, better heroes, better villains, better tribes, better gameplay, better.
I think the editing's better. I'll agree with that.
Yeah,
No, everything's better. Everything on this season is better than that.
I will say, I feel like Daniel's like the first one. I'm kind of like, I kind of wanted to see him make it to merge.
Right.
But like,
I feel like
one of those.
We got
season.
like 4 of those last season. We got Voce, Brad, JD, and JD was the worst. JD's like you edit him. Like literally anybody who watched the show like JD, no matter what your politics are, doesn't matter who you are,
I didn't like him.
I think.
Oh my god, of course you didn't.
I liked him as entertainment. I didn't like him as like a player. I didn't think.
That's what we're saying.
I didn't think he was a good player at all.
Well, no. We're saying that we just liked him as like a character
right.
on the show.
We're talking about it's JD, bro. You can't not like JD at least to an extent. Come on. But that's like what I'm saying is like there's a difference between we have perfect boots for the entire pre-merge, and we had one person. Kagyan has like that one person here. They could have got to the merge and it could have been good. I think Daniel still probably goes out merge boot. I think that's not necessarily that far fetched to think that Daniel probably still goes out merge boot because he's so not good at the game. I think Sky.
Huh?
Wait, what? I don't think Daniel goes out at merge boot if he stays.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, Sky.
Do
you? I was saying that I thought that it could have been realistic for Daniel to go out at the merge boot anyway.
Well, I'm saying I feel like his edit would have paid towards that. But now usually who do you think is gonna be the merge now? Because usually maybe Dre. Usually no. Well,
no. His tribe's even turning on him though.
The merge twist. Okay, I think the merge twist is back. Okay, it's the exact same challenge. Jeff was like, "Hey, wait, not really. It's not a merge." I was like, "Oh my god, I want to slit my wrist right now, dude. Shut up."
Do you think there's gonna be any changes to the?
It might be like a very slight.
Maybe it's like hey,
because I've heard rumors of instead of it being split up into 2 groups and one group gets cheated out of immunity, instead it's they combine into one big tribe, but then one person and they run an individual.
I mean, there's a giant ball we saw in the preview,
and then that person gets cheated out of immunity. So I don't know. I feel like there's I feel like that's a better way to do it. At least
for the challenge, I don't think one person can go run. Yeah. If you watch the thing, there's a giant ball just like the one in 41 for the challenge.
Yeah, but the reward could be instead of Erica making a whole tribe switch, she'll just pick one person to switch with. That's
at least I'm in the comfort of knowing that we're not gonna have a no vote out episode because it's 2 hours long. That gives me comfort. Mm-hmm. But I just really hope.
Well, last season's merge was one of the best ever. The tribal itself. And so if they had just made that a 2-hour episode, they could have had a generally good merge episode at least, if not a great merge episode. But instead what they did is they split it up into 2 episodes like idiots, gave us one terrible episode, probably one of the worst, if not the worst episode in Survivor history. And then you gave us a merge episode that wasn't built up because we had just gotten Erica, and we go off on the cliffhanger of is Erica going to swap or not, which is so obvious. Obviously she is. Plus on top of that, the twist is not fair. It's on top. Whereas with this season, I think we're going to get probably a more fair version of the twist. I would have to assume.
I hope
we're definitely getting a better format as far as the hours that it's running. I mean, it's going to be a 2-hour episode.
I'm just there's no way it's the exact same one because we'd see it coming from a mile away, right?
But they're advertising it as the same exact one.
I don't know if you guys noticed this. Jeff hasn't done the whole talk to the camera thing, has he, this season? I just realized that.
I
know, dude. I think that this is something that I think generally could have happened is they saw how bad the ratings were throughout 41. They lost something like a fifth of their 20%, a whole million by the end of the season, and then another million from finale night of 41 to premiere of 42.
Between the 2 pre-merge, it was 1.3 million.
Yours are going up right now, so hey.
So 1.3 million, and so I think they saw that and said, "Hey, edit out this woke stuff."
He just muted himself.
Hold on. There
My
we go.
Bay Dre got the title, by the way.
Edit out the woke stuff. Edit out Jeff talking in challenges. Edit out everything from 41. Obviously, we can't edit out the twists that we did over, because I'm sure they're gonna do the do or die twist and the Bob twist again. But they can edit out like the stuff like that isn't good. Plus, I think they just thought that this season was better overall, even without that edit change. But I think that's why they delayed the season to March instead of February, is to re-edit it, because I think that like they had to edit out like a lot of the same stuff. I think this cast is overall better and less woke and gave us better content. But I think they went back and took out the woke stuff and took out Jeff being cringe and took out all this stuff that the viewers just did not like. It was so apparent. Super fans didn't like it. Casuals didn't like it. I think it was very obvious.
Editing's so important. I mean, you could have edited 41 to probably be better. Just look at Fiji, right? Fiji, no one really knew that there was this all black alliance this whole time until after the show, when people say it happened. If you went back in 41 and cut out all the woke things, you wouldn't even know it happened.
Right, but they went in not knowing how the public would react to it. Then afterwards, they figured out that the public hated it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm saying, but if they knew during 41, they could have made 41 a good season.
Maybe
that's how important editing is.
Maybe they thought they liked it.
It is so important because the show. Go
ahead. No, it's all right.
I was saying it's so important because the show has to tell a story from 72 hours of footage into 40 minutes of TV. So it's like the edit is so important. I think a season can go up 10 spots, even like 15 or 20 spots on season rankings just by its editing, because like badly edited seasons are like you can't follow it. You don't care about the players. The game isn't interesting. The show isn't interesting. It doesn't feel right. Whereas in a cast like this that isn't really the best cast ever, really it probably not even a top 10 or 15 cast, and yet the season feels like a top 10 or 15 season, or at least a top 20 or 25, better than 41. You know what I mean? I feel like this season is an example that you don't need a Kagyan level cast to get, and I know it's maybe a bold statement, but a Kagyan at least close to maybe being promising to level season. I feel like you don't need the cast. Although the cast is super important, you can make your season 10 times better by just editing it correctly, which I think is why it took so long to get the season out and why they delayed it.
And guess what? Views are up now. If you look at the episodes, each episode has gained more than 100,000 views.
You guys are glitching for me.
Okay, anyway, the first episode had 4.96 million views. The second episode, 5.06 million views. Third episode, 5.35 million views. And then we got a big boost right here from the, I don't know what this episode is, but the last episode was 5.63 million views. We're now above the 5.5 million view mark. So yeah,
you won't know till tomorrow what this episode was.
Yeah. So okay. So we're gonna. I mean, if it hopefully this is a sign for good things to come. They realize. I mean, do you think there was woke stuff better and they just edited it out for 42?
I mean, there was woke stuff in this episode that they showed. We have the whole feminist that took up like at least 10 minutes. It wasn't just Drea. It was Drea plus Romeo's whole segment was Romeo's like, I'm playing this game to help powerful women. It's like, what? No one plays Survivor to help somebody else. Get out of here with this.
I feel like that was more just like of them trying to make a sob story from me. I don't know. It was like
sob story was sucked. Sob story sucked this episode. We had the feminist whole thing, sob story, and then we had the Lydia being, I'm beautiful the way I am.
That wasn't really feminist. That was more just like, I'm fat and I'm
I don't know.
That's not feminist. That's woke. It's like
maybe it's just because I'm so used to 41 being that bad, but I really don't have a problem with the woke. It's so mild this season that it's like it's almost forgettable.
This is the first episode where really anything happened. So
my problem is that someone like Drea can say women are like, I wouldn't have a problem with Drea saying women are better than men. Is that they would never have a man say that men are better than women, and if they did, obviously everyone would be in an uproar.
Jonathan was like,
that's a problem.
These women are so annoying. I hate them.
Well, that's a problem with society. I feel like you can't really get mad at Survivor for just like being bad. Just like society's bad.
I can get mad at Survivor.
That's more of a societal
accepting bad parts.
I mean, you know what you're gonna get from Survivor.
Jonathan kind of called it out. He was like, I know if I do anything, I'll be looked at as villain because I'm big, strong man. I lift rock,
Call me call me like over positive, but I honestly like the woke stuff this season, although it's like maybe sparse and here and there. Last season was so bad and so blatant and so terrible that I honestly like the stuff this season is so like unmentionable.
That's how they get you. They hit you over the head with something so bad that now they can just throw in.
Right,
but I feel like this was the first episode where really anything too like. No,
and it really wasn't that abrasive. It was just like Romeo being a.
I mean,
boy
would I preferred like just
not to hear that? Yeah, sure, but like,
that's all I'm saying.
It really didn't ruin. It didn't ruin an episode. Whereas in last season, full episodes were whole episodes were ruined by 15-minute conversations around race relations. You're so eloquent, Deshaun. By Shannon and Liana being Shannon and Liana on Twitter. I couldn't go on Twitter without seeing like this season. It's a lot more mild to me, and I feel like I can get over it. Whatever.
Oh, I agree. I'm gonna call it out. It happened.
Right. Obviously,
I'm gonna point it out when it happens.
Drea found the idol guys. Let's go. It was Drea who found it.
Sky, bro, is actually a simp for Drea, bro.
I'm Romeo right now, bro. For real, I'm Romeo.
Actually, so for Drea, bro. What the heck? Yeah,
no. So, I mean, Tori didn't find it, so hey.
Yep. Apparently, they because. I did go back and find out that they had a production member read Tori's idol clue. It wasn't Tori; it was some white lady.
That wasn't Drea.
Some white lady.
Right?
No, dead ass. Like there's a video on YouTube like directly responding to my video where I like went through all the voices and tried to guess, and that video like went through and actually like broke apart the audio, and it turns out they like showed Marianne saying that twist, and then they showed a production member saying it because remember they like have each other's twists, so they like showed Marianne saying several twists.
Yeah.
And so they like just spoiled Marianne, I guess, which is like whatever. Who cares? So
yeah, I guess if you spoil one but don't spoil the others, you're not really spoiling.
Right. Like we just got like bad with the episode 2 boot. Like everything else was pretty chill, which honestly that's smart because we know now that the Taku tribe only goes to one tribal, so it only really ruined one tribal, and even then, that's if you're looking really deep into the edit. So, yeah.
Personally, I don't even get why they have to show people finding advantages.
I mean, they don't have to. And actually, Jeff has like had problems with this in the past. Like he's like gotten mad on Twitter. Like he's called out like CBS. He's actually called out CBS and like because before I don't know the idols SEG, which is like Survivor's editing team, they like didn't have control over the previews for the show. So like CBS's dumbasses who like edit The Bachelor would also edit Survivor's previews, and they would give away so much. And they like got control of it after Jeff told the fans to complain to CBS about it. Like during like I think the pre-merge of I Don't Know the Idols, but now they're doing the same shit. Why would you? What's the point?
Speaking of which, I just want to say this. Out of the Idols was filmed from March 21st to April 20th. So theoretically, shouldn't Survivor 43 be filming any day now?
I mean, they film there. So you also have to remember if they're doing 26 days again, which I mean,
but I'm saying April sometime they should start, right?
I would say early May.
Oh, no.
No.
When was our 41 film?
So if we're going back on regular 39 day schedule, 39 filmed from March to May, and then 40 filmed from
here we go.
May to June.
41 was filmed from April 15th to May 10th. So yeah, and like maybe like even like 10 days from now they'll be.
That's when my SAT scores come out. God, don't remind me of that.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying though is like I mean 43 is probably going to be filmed in like 10 days from now. Something like that, right?
Something like that. 9 days. Yeah, it's interesting. I really, really hope that they do 39 days. But by them starting so late now, I have a really, really good feeling it's gonna be 26 days for the rest of our time.
I mean, unless they're filming already right now, which would we know about?
We would know because Inside Survivor would have been reporting on it by now.
Let me
they
see
always
Inside
know.
Survivor put the cast out for 42, then we'll see.
Well, it's not that they'd have the cast out. They would just like say, okay, right now it's being filmed because during 41 they had known that it was filming during the time it was filming. They like had it already up during April. So yeah.
I can't wait till we get 19 Day Survivor. Everyone voted out every day. It's so good.
19-day Survivor, bro. It really does suck that they're doing this 26-day thing. I understand like once CBS sees that they can make the same product for less money and only lose 1 million viewers, they're gonna do the math and figure out that it's probably like overall going to work out for them money wise, and so that they're going to keep doing it. But it sucks. It does suck as a super fan.
Let me see when you post.
I can understand why they're doing it money wise. It's so much cheaper. Plus, well, when you do 26-day seasons, you like so they like already film them back to back. Like 39 and 40 were filmed back to back, but they like film like a back to back with like as in they'll film one and like take like a week and a half off. No, like when you film 26-day seasons, especially now with no 14-day quarantine, you now literally have 26 days, no pause, and then just get a whole new cast out there immediately, and then 26 days again. So there's no break in between, and it only takes 50 days to film 2 seasons, and it gets a lot cheaper for CBS, which sucks. But
I mean, Inside Survivor, I think his first thing or her is he? I'm not sure. His first thing for 41 was around April 9th. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we probably have heard some rumblings by now. I think
word
of mouth, but we'll see. Definitely probably going to be 26 days. Let's get back to the episode. what else happened in this episode? So we have Tori flipping out merge. So do we still think that is there any chance Tori's loyal? Is there any shot?
I mean, maybe towards Dre and Romeo, but not towards Rockstar.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
She seemed loyal to him.
Loyal.
Yeah, she seemed loyal. Maybe at least
she's loyal to any of them.
I think she's loyal to them unless they're loyal to Rocksroy. Then that'll give her an out to not be loyal to them.
She'll be like, wait, you're loyal. If you're rocking with Rocksroy,
well, she probably thinks she needs somebody to be loyal to. She probably thought Romeo and Drea is better than anybody to be loyal to.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna flip as soon as merge hits.
No.
I think Chanel will do something like that.
Then she will. But like if her tribe is just naturally in a good position and teams up with another tribe, I think she stays with her.
She literally says, "I'm gonna flip when the merge hits." So
no, she didn't say that. She said, "I don't want to be with Rocksroy."
Yeah,
isn't that what she said?
No, she says they're talking about 4 strong. She says that they're talking about 4 strong, and I'm laughing at that.
Yeah, but because they're adding Rocksroy.
Because
she never said because they're adding Rocksroy. That's not true.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
Look at the comments.
Look at the transcripts. Look at them. Look at them.
Where your
receipts at?
Does anyone in the chat? What did Tori say? She wanted to be loyal to Romeo and Drea.
Why would
they watch the episode? They'll say what happened.
Hold on. I don't care. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't care when I'm wrong too.
I
hold on.
Okay.
Who?
So I feel like this episode then progresses after those first 3 scenes into really the downfall of Daniel, because we get Daniel's scene where they're all laughing at him in the water, where he dislocates his shoulder in the first episode, and then after that, told you, ha ha, ha ha. Ha ha! I win! 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 Mute! Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! I'm petty. All right. All right, now you guys come back. Okay, so after those first 3 scenes,
he said, "I do not believe."
We then
I believe
we then move into like the downfall of Daniel, because we get one scene with Vati, I think like one more scene with Ika, and then it's challenge where Daniel loses, and then it's the entire scenes where Daniel's. I mean, it almost seemed like Daniel was like gonna have them convinced to vote out Chanel, and then it like something switched. Like they like edited Chanel terribly at Tribal. They they made her look like a just mean and like she was playing really aggressive. And I don't know.
That's what made me think she was safe, because they're really playing up Daniel being safe.
Yeah, and also once Daniel said "I have leukemia," boom, knew it. He was. Once the words leukemia came out of his mouth, I knew it.
They're like pretty decent about adapting to like their edits. Like they like don't do the obvious like blindside anymore, where it's like, oh, everyone's in on it. Like, oh my god, like the Roger boot anymore. Like that doesn't happen. Why? Like I don't know why they don't adapt to this one and stop doing like that personal content at Tribal means you go home thing. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. As like a yeah. Like, well, because like it's in I feel like Voce was the most obvious one, but then like even like with Zach, it happened with Zach. Did it happen with Maria? I don't know if it did.
Yeah, it happened with Maria. Talk about her brother and stuff like that.
That was before Tribal, though, wasn't it?
It was like so heavy though. It was kind of like
yeah. And then it definitely happened with Swati last episode, where Rockstar's like she's growing. That's a growth. It's like, oh, growth arc, you're gone. Growth arc always loses.
My God, never wins. Whoa, Rockstar, what do you mean by that? Like,
it's just like it's just like what are you doing, bro? Okay, that's not what I meant. No. So then, I mean, who do we think is the LVP and MVP? Yeah, MVP for this episode.
I don't know.
Okay, let's start with LVP. Get your chat or your votes for LVP in the this chat. LVP, I think the nominees can be from the Ika tribe. I mean, maybe Rockstar. I don't know. We really didn't get much from him, and he made the right decision. And
I wouldn't say there's really any bad play from them this week.
Okay, so then now we go to Taku. Definitely Marianne. I guess you could also nominate Jonathan if you're on the.
I think you have to nominate him.
Yeah. So let's go both of those two, and then you have for the Vati tribe Chanel. Yeah. And that's I mean maybe Mike. Probably not. Probably.
It was actually really important for him to get his vote back.
Mike's an MVP actually because he didn't freaking screw up like an idiot.
So then that leaves. Wait, hold on. Did Mike vote for Chanel?
It was a split vote. It doesn't matter who he voted.
Yeah, he voted Chanel the first time. I'm pretty sure.
Did he do that for a split vote or on purpose?
I don't know. When they showed him at the end, he was holding up Chanel's vote though.
I'm pretty sure it was a split vote because I mean,
I doubt.
Why did Chanel vote for Mike though? Like I'm still trying to think like why did she vote for Mike?
Someone said in our Discord, but by the way, join our Discord if you haven't already. Someone said in our Discord that she did it to frame Daniel, maybe.
If she was smart, I don't know. It's kind of hard to assume that Chanel.
But how is that smart? Because if she's still there, then that means that Daniel went home. Why would she need to frame Daniel?
That's the smartest decision that it could have been of why she voted Mike.
No, but
or maybe she thought there was.
Show me explain to me why that's smart. Like
I'm not saying it's necessarily smart. I'm saying out of all the options of why she had.
I'll phrase it differently. Can you just explain the what that would do?
Oh, in case they did get a tie, she could frame like Daniel. See, Daniel's already trying to betray you on this revote. You should vote him out instead.
They don't let you talk on the revote. They immediately tell you to go vote.
Didn't Mike literally? He asked who voted for me after that.
He did.
Who?
I don't think he did.
And he looked at he did. And he looked at Chanel and she shook her head.
That was after the tribal was over. The entire tribal.
No, it happened twice. It happened twice.
Didn't he say after tribal he was like, I promised you someone was going to vote?
Right. Exactly.
No, yeah, he did say that after the vote.
It didn't happen twice. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I watched a different episode than Spencer this episode. I'm pretty positive Mike looked back at Chanel after the first vote and said, who voted me? And she shook her head.
I'm pretty positive that after the entire vote was done, Mike turned back and said,
"Yes, that happened as well.
Chanel, I kept my end of the bargain, and something, and then that's it." And it just went right back to Jeff. Saying,
I agree that second part happened as well. I'm saying both those happened.
I am pretty sure that both of you are gay.
So yeah, and so overall, I think Spencer watching Thailand tonight, yeah.
No, it's a better time for sure.
So I guess Chanel LVP. I mean, she comes out of this tribal looking like she voted for the wrong person.
But going into merge, that doesn't matter at all, really.
I think it still matters because
she's already going to flip
Chanel.
It's really, I think it's really LVP for that whole tribe because they should have voted out Chanel over Daniel.
Agreed.
Weren't you saying that they should have voted out Daniel last week?
No, because in the end, Daniel showed when he's like Deshaun. When he's in trouble, he will literally annihilate everybody in his own path, and then still ruin his own game.
Yeah, but I think it's easier to convince everyone else that Daniel's a snake at merge. I think it's gonna be hard to convince the other tribes that Chanel's a snake.
Right, but if Daniel's a snake and flips on you, and they use his vote,
they're both gonna flip though. I'm saying which of the better flippers is gonna be better.
I think Chanel is less likely to flip.
No, Chanel's definitely gonna flip.
No, they're both gonna flip, but I feel like I think I'd rather have Chanel over than Daniel because he'd be more crazy and stuff like that.
No, Daniel. No one's gonna trust at merge. No one's gonna trust Daniel.
I think
there's a lot of people who are gonna trust Chanel at the merge.
No, I just think that Chanel would be a lot more chill with her flip. Daniel would be much less chill with his flip. He make that so public. He would burn. He burned Jenny, who did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but that'll be obvious to everybody. Decision. That he's not trustworthy. Like if Daniel makes a big
would be obvious
thing about it, everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, this guy."
Now your tribe doesn't have as much.
But the whole point of Jenny going home is that she did everything right, and yet it wasn't obvious. She goes home for trusting Daniel for the wrong reason.
I don't understand what you're. I'm just saying, no one's gonna trust Daniel.
Yeah, that's why
you guys you think people are not gonna trust Chanel?
No, I don't think anyone's
that's why you get rid of him, because you can't trust Daniel.
No one. Yeah, but you can't trust either of them. Hai says it himself. You can't trust either of them.
Daniel
it's got
is
the lesser of two evils, so you just kind of have to.
I think Daniel's the lesser of two evils because he's the devil. You know how he plays.
We just have a difference of opinions. So
2022 disagreeing. What the heck? Okay, and then who's our MVP? Okay, I'll nominate Jonathan, Mike.
Jonathan's
Omar.
MVP and
yes, because he insulted people.
We could go Drea.
Jonathan's MVP for entertainment.
I think I'll go Drea because she has all those advantages and she's in control of her tribe.
Yeah, and she has a soy boy who will play for her.
Exactly, me. Yes.
I mean, he is. I mean, it's not like he's a
You're talking to him right now.
Like it could be worse.
I mean, you're talking to him right now. So.
It could be worse than someone saying, "I want to help a powerful woman be more powerful."
I mean, no, I'm saying he could also be a straight guy saying that. Then it would be a lot worse.
I'm saying that though.
He's basically
that's like Zach saying that.
To like Drea's J2.
No, Sky is saying that right now.
Whoa, Sky's a simp. Guy's a simp. Whoa. No, but okay, so we got LVP who, and then who for
LVP was Chanel, right?
Chanel, and then with MVP is Drea.
Oh yeah, Drea.
What do we think of Rockstar at the merge?
He's probably just gonna float around. I don't know.
Float around? Okay.
I mean, could you see him being a merge boot though? Like, could he be like a merge boot?
No, maybe.
Bro's yawning right now.
Yeah. I could see him being the merge boot. Yeah.
There's
not many people who I could see. Like, I guess if Jonathan loses and it's like the half and half thing, maybe, but it's just so obvious. There's no way.
I could see all of Ika besides Romeo being the merge boot, and I can see Jonathan being a merge boot. Right. I can see
I could see Omar coming off as threatening.
And then I could see a big blindside where Hai gets voted out the merge because now the people are coming back together because Drea, Lindsay, and Hai all made the merge. They're gonna be like,
the people who I can't see being merge boot is like a Lydia. No way. Yeah. I'd say Romeo can't go merge. Yeah. I personally think Omar is not going merge. I think someone like a Mike isn't going to go merge, and then maybe someone like
he's going to go merge, just not merge boot.
And then I think Lindsay's probably not going to go merge boot. I think people like Roxroy, people like Drea, Tori,
people like Roxroy. What do you mean by that? People like Roxroy.
What? This kid, bro, he's 3 years old, bro. What the heck? He's bad at Survivor arguments, and he's bad at this kid, bro. What are you doing? Okay. But yeah, no, I feel like this merge is setting up to be really, really fun. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen with these tribes. Who's gonna flip to who?
Well, they got super lucky that it's 4-4-4.
Definitely.
I'm kind of
we could have gotten 6. Yeah, because we could have gotten 6-3-3. Which would have sucked.
I think that's why the rumors of this being a great season from people like Russell heard from the producer is because of the 4-4 at merge. That barely ever happens where everyone's even coming in merge with three different because
then it's just so many possibilities. Even if everybody stays tight with their tribe, you at the very least have one tribe's in the middle, and at best you have all types of people flipping to one, flipping to the other, and then you have 3 or 4 people in the middle. It seems to me really, really fun tribal. I think you're never really going to get a good post merge in this new era, to me, because I think this new era has a lack of idols and more advantages, and I think for me, I take idols over steal votes and legacy advantages to me. And any day, to me, those are just better advantages as far as post merge is concerned. I think pre merge extra votes are more interesting, but I think post merge idols are more powerful. I think, but this post merge is set up for someone to win. It's weird. I don't really see anybody on this season really having any winners equity at this point. Maybe Romeo, maybe even then it seems a little too obvious with him. I don't know.
No, I think after this episode, you got to give Drea a lot of win equity.
Yeah, she's so aggressive. I just how does
someone saying I'm gonna play to help this person be better? That's an edit. That's weird. That's
no. I feel like his winner edit. I feel like him being a winner cannon dropped after he said that. I just.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure for him. I think Drea's went up.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dre's gonna win.
And I still think Omar's got some and Hai's got some.
Imagine Jonathan wins. I mean, I'm just saying.
Imagine Jonathan. That would be
sadly
nuts.
Jonathan has 0.
That would be
I know, but just imagine though.
It sucks, dude. Oh man. I really thought he was. For a second, I thought he was going home this episode.
Well, no, you said you like Jonathan's your favorite player now from the season. You said, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I always say that, and then that person goes home or they start sucking. So you know what?
Whoa.
No one's my favorite player, so they can all impress me. How about that?
They start sucking, huh? Okay.
Yo, you're such a 3-year-old. What's going on with the Sky universe?
Sucking, huh?
Bro, what the heck?
I'm sorry, bro, I had to say it.
That's the only part you caught on when I was saying. Is that's the part you latched onto?
Yeah, it's actually OD.
Thanks,
Sky.
Sky.
Like, hey, yo, hold up. Okay. Oh yeah. So what's going on? I'm gonna try to start streaming every. Oh, actually, so I don't have school on Friday. Is that because I live in Texas and we have Battle of the Flowers? So.
Don't know what that is, bro.
Speaking of gay,
that sounds like the most Florida thing.
It's like
or not Florida,
it's Fiesta. It's like a Fiesta thing, you know.
Okay.
That makes it sound way better.
But yes, but I don't have school on Friday,
no.
so I might stream on Friday on my YouTube channel. So there's.
I have all of next week off for spring break, so
God damn, I'm
definitely
like
be grinding out content every single days for you guys. So we're sorry for taking a day off yesterday. You know, I apologize for not being a video monkey. Ooga booga. All I do is make videos. That's all I need to do.
Why did you choose that
you know, it's not what I do.
Sorry, I haven't posted a video in like a month. Sorry.
Video monkey. That's like ooga booga booga.
Bitter's like, sorry for not posting in a decade. I'm like, yo, sorry for not posting for 24 hours. Yeah.
I wanted to mention in the episode, I love when High was he said Daniel's literally spearfishing. What's figuratively spearfishing? That's what I was wondering.
He was like saying,
I was guess figuratively
spearfishing
would be like maybe like talking to a bunch of people at Merge to see if like if
He's
someone
trying
will bite.
get a cat. Yeah.
Wait. Like, does spearfishing take that much arm strength? They're acting like it. Like, I don't think doesn't.
Yeah,
I think
was
it's just like hand-eye coordination and also just being comfortable.
Isn't there like a button on that you press and it goes?
When you're in the, when you're in the water, it's better for an injury. So I don't.
No, like I thought, like there's like something like not maybe not a button. No, not like a button. Okay, but I'm saying like something that you like. Oh my god, something like you push onto, like pull onto, and like it releases a spear.
I think Spencer just died.
Hold on.
What do you think?
I'm not talking like about a button. I'm talking like a sort of like lever type thing that you pull down, right? And isn't that
if you want to hear more about whatever the hell Sky just said on audio version, if you don't want to see Sky's weird profile picture and you want to be able to turn your phone off while you listen to this as you walk to whatever destination you have to go, drive to whatever the destination you have to go, make sure to find us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just look up the name Survivor Spencer and it should come up. Again, we're going to try and just pump out as much content as we can. None of this happens without you guys. You guys are the best. You know, we're just weird guys speaking into weird microphones. So with that, you guys, and that's it. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.